Hey, how's everyone doing out there? This is Master Griffin with Griffin's Martial Arts Center. And recently I've seen some stuff on the web from martial arts school owners about questions they have regarding Tiny Tigers classes or Tiny Tots, or whatever you might call your 4 to 7-year-old range classes. So one thing I would like to talk about today is being prepared for that class where you don't have a lag in time. Because at that age group, if you get a little bit of air time, a little bit of dead time, it could go a little haywire. So you want to keep it very organized. So what I like to do, we only do our Tiny Tigers 3 days a week, classes of 30 minutes. And essentially, it's about 15 minutes of martial arts skills and about 15 minutes of skills like building the skill of balance, teaching left from right, so we're preparing them eventually to get into a full martial art class. So one thing I like to do is, here's our entryway. When they get in here, I'd like to be up here to greet them so I get a sense of what mood the child might be in. Some of them come right from elementary school or some kind of preschool, so you want to know how their day went, if they're in a good mood, which if they're not in a good mood, so I can try to put them right in a good mood, change their state into a happy state before they get on the floor. If they come in with a water, I like to have a pen here, write their name on the cat, so if we have a water break and I have to help, I know whose bottle is who, because kids will sometimes just grab any water, so that keeps it organized here. Then any equipment we're going to use, I do not have it set up because I don't want the kids coming in and using it right away in an unorganized manner, but I do have it in position ready to go. So if we're going to do, for instance, like hurdles, I have the hurdles here ready to go. Probably see them. And then when we get to the hurdles, myself or my assistant can get here right before, pull them out, set them up, and we can have hurdle drills ready to go. Okay, the same thing with the agility ladder. We have the agility ladder in position ready to go, and if we need to, it's easy just to get out and pull out and get down, boom. So we don't have a lot of downtime. Get them in the line, follow the line. Now I usually have an assistant with me every day to help too, and I recommend you do that if you're trying to do it on your own. We have things for procedure. For instance, if we're doing kicking combinations or paddle type drills, we have the paddles out. Now of course a lot of this stuff isn't right on the floor. It might be pushed up against the wall, but it's easily accessible. One thing we do too, we have the kicking mark right here and the safety line right here. So whoever's turn it is to kick will step up to the kicking mark, and all other participants would be behind the safety line. And our students know this like that. So when we say, I could say, hey, Jimmy or Johnny, get to the kicking spot, and then Alex, get behind the safety line, and Kayla, get behind the safety line, and name the kids out, and they'll fall right into line. So it goes quick and smooth. Okay. Anything else we're going to use will be off to the side where we can easily get it. So we set this up before they even get into the room. We're going to use this pad. One thing kids like to kick, if you don't have them, X-ray film makes a nice little popping sound. They love it. So we can do that. Also, we have a radio in the corner. If I'm going to use music that day, which most days I do in that class, I make sure the radio's on and the CD, the actual song we want, is ready to go. So all I have to do, or my assistant has to do, when it's time to hit the song, they just go over and play, and it immediately fires up. There's nothing worse than if you're going to use music and you have to go over there fumbling around with the CD, trying to get it in and get it played. So make sure when you're doing your any class really, I'm a huge advocate of lesson planning. Many of you know I was a high school teacher for 10 years, and lesson plans are a huge key in education. But definitely martial arts too. You have to be planned. You have to have everything ready to go. Know what your class is going to be, and it's very important in all classes, but especially the tiny tots. It's better to over-plan than to under-plan. It's okay if you're planning to do agility ladder and then it turns out you didn't have time to do agility ladder, than it is to oh no, we've got 10 minutes left and I don't know what to do. You need to make sure you plan and the material's laid out and you're ready to go. But I think most of you guys know that anyways, and are probably preaching to the choir there. So that's kind of the way we do the Tiny Tigers class, and our class goes really smooth, and we can have anywhere, or, you know, sometimes 15 of them in here at a time. So, you know, try that if you haven't been doing it. I think it will work out great for you. So everybody have a good week. Thank you.